Hey, we're live, motherfuckers!
Hi, it's 8:30
Yeah. Sorry.
Eastern
Kind
Time.
of my fault, but not really, actually, because I
It's
assumed we
it's
would be.
it's a combination of your fault and Josh's
Well,
fault.
okay, to be fair, knowing Josh as long as I have, him getting home and then getting ready, we would have been starting right about now. So, really, it's his fault. We could have started this at like 6:45.
You and I were here. Well, no, I hadn't set up the invite at 6:45.
Well, no, 6:45
But
my time.
oh, right.
Real time, Midwest time.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
that's the only time that exists.
I sent out a thing at 7:36, about an hour ago.
Right.
Sending invites. So I sent the invites about 7:45. You showed up about 6:45. So
Yeah. Yo, bada bing, bada boom, here I am. Beard
you
and
showed
all.
up right around 7:45. We certainly could have started this show 45 goddamn minutes ago.
And been done.
If Josh had taken the time to text me and not just say, I just got off work, but to also say, oh, I won't be able to do it tonight. So it's partly Josh's fault, but it's also partly your fault because you had to go to the store.
On 10 minutes.
You had to go to the store.
10 minutes. Let me see when you texted me.
And get shit to make fake shamrock shakes.
Oh, you just now hurry up because it's now. What are you gonna do? You said at 7:07. So okay, so 20 minutes ago. 20 minutes ago. What's 20 minutes in the long grand scheme of things?
You don't have a 3-month-old.
Well, that's probably for the best. Yeah, that I don't. I mean, time is just a construction man of like the system. Like H.P. Lovecraft once said, the premise is that the common human laws and emotions have no validity or significance in the cosmos at large. So
how high are you right now?
I'm not. I'm so excited for fake Shamrock Shake. You don't even know. And I realize I have Andy's Mint in the freezer that I could totally throw one in as a little bit of decadence, but tiny bit of fat.
Based on the beard and the desperation for a Shamrock Shake and the quoting of Kierkegaard, whoever the fuck that was.
That was H.P. Lovecraft.
How high are you right now?
On a scale of 1 to 10.
On a scale from on a scale of CM Punk to Jay and Silent Bob, how high?
Oh, I thought you were going to go CM Punk to Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy, yes, thank you.
I'll give it a 6.
A solid
6. For a solid Seth Rollins.
We'll talk about him in a little bit.
Oh, fantastic.
We should start the show though.
Let's do it. Let's start the show. I'm hang on. Oh, hang on. I should probably make sure this is.
For fuck's sake.
Hang on. I think it's good, but let me. La.
Oh, for fuck's
sake. Okay, we're good.
Sake.
We're good. We're fine. Are you ready, motherfucker? Oh, I feel like this is like old times. Remember when we used to do the show, just you and me, for like 17 months? It felt like.
Shut up. Shut your face. Episode 189.
Uh-huh.
After Dark.
Ooh, it is. Cold as shit.
3, 2, 1, record. This week's episode of The Rundown is brought to you by soccer. Remember, kids, one day, when you're much older, you may have to kick a man with bicolored hair in the junk on live TV. Play soccer.
I get it now.
It was announced today that the Big Show and Kane will be participating in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania, not 31.
I can see where this is going.
After their thrilling performance in the Royal Rumble, how excited are you for this Battle Royal?
This is going to be great. I think this is the year that Big Show wins one for Papa.
He hasn't lost a Battle Royal yet, except for every one that he's been in.
Well, yeah, there is that.
Theme song?
Baby.
how is Andy able to do a podcast now that he has converted to his new Amish lifestyle?
Oh, who said that? I gotta pull my Q&A up.
Sean said that because you have a
Oh,
beard.
yeah, I do. It's getting to the point where I walk down the hallway at my work, and like if I run into someone I haven't seen for a while, they'll look at me and they'll point and they'll laugh. That's where I'm at right now.
With not a whole lot going on upstairs or elsewhere.
Oh my.
Episode 189 of The Rundown. My name is Adam. I'm your host, and it is Thursday, March 5th, 2015. Joining me this week, all by himself,
I'm worth like 10 people.
Andy is back.
Hey, I'm back. I survived. Granny's well. I wasn't buried in snow and ice. I have a future amazing shamrock shake waiting for me in my freezer, disassembled. I'm going to put together in my Ninja blender later, and it'll be amazing.
How much longer till you can shave that abomination off your face?
A little under 2 months now.
2 months left.
Can you imagine what it's going to look like on that final episode before the shaving that I'm on this podcast? Like how ridiculous I'm going to look? It's going to be glorious.
Yeah, it's one word for it.
Yeah. I'm ready to get rid of it. Beard.
This is going to be a nice...
the beard. Love the fluffy beard.
God, get it away from the camera. Get it away from the camera.
It's so majestic.
It looks like pubes.
Oh. I don't use oil or anything. I need to pick up some beard oil, but
you need some beard shampoo.
I do. The beard poo. Wait, what? Never mind.
Yeah. It'd be appropriate for that monstrosity.
It's very true.
So this is going to be a very interesting episode because it's just you and I.
Yeah. Which is I was saying this brings me back, man. This brings me back to the good old days.
More grammatically, it's just you and me.
It's true.
There's no news this week except for Bill DeMott.
Hey, you want to do maybe we could do a live,
which we can talk about if you want. But
we could do a live reading of my podcast on your podcast instead.
Might get us more listeners.
Probably true.
But speaking of NXT, you said you watched NXT.
I
right?
did watch NXT, okay. And I want to. You start. You set the scene.
I don't know if you want to join me on this, but I want to send my condolences out to the family of the weasel that Enzo Amore glued to his chin.
You think mine's bad?
Yeah. What the fuck was that?
I don't know. Enzo Amore, is this our topic? Enzo Amore is facial hair?
Starting topic here.
Okay.
Holy shit, that was bad.
Yeah, Enzo, I don't like Enzo Amore, although he is amusing me a little bit more. He really, honestly, just the way he talks is amusing me a little more. But yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that melon of his. And I'm not talking about Carmella.
That beard. Again, not talking about Carmella. That beard is one of the worst things I have ever seen. It doesn't match the color of anything else on his head because he dyes the fucking leopard spots into his shaved thing, and that's
not going to work out well later on.
The mustache is like dark, but the beard is like light red, like strawberry blonde. Like, what the hell is going on?
I don't get it, honestly. I just don't get it.
Sean says Shamrock Shakes and Finley t-shirts. Really trying to court those Irish listeners this week, eh? It is March. It is almost St. Patrick's Day. So.
Exactly. We got to do something. We got to get at least 3 fans in here. We got to do something. Just open the door and just take some some corned beef and cabbage and just waft it out the door and see who comes wandering in.
God, I wanted to corn my own beef this year because there is a recipe that I found for you can corn your own beef.
Yeah.
But beef brisket is expensive.
Yeah.
To get a 4 to 5 pound brisket here is like $30, and I'm like,
you know what? I bet that's. You know what's great about the Midwest? I bet you could get that cheaper here because we have more cattle.
We still have the ocean.
You do. Sadly.
Sean says, actually, there is some important news. The top trend on Facebook earlier was Battle Cat. The legendary wrestling cat is back. Or maybe that was a Masters of the Universe thing. What else?
I saw something about that on the news, and I didn't click on it. I should have because it sounded interesting.
When is Mania? Is it the 29th?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll go with that.
So elsewhere on NXT,
Can we talk about how? Can we talk about on NXT?
we
This
can talk about
episode
whatever
of
the hell you want. We don't have
this,
anything else to talk
this is
about
true.
this week.
This episode of NXT was interesting. I felt that because you know me, I like enhancement talent matches. I like the occasional squash match, and we got a couple of those. I think this episode it was kind of light on real important action this week. But I think
But
that
the women's
it
title
set
match
up,
is good.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is that it set up a 15-minute women's title match that was fantastic, and it main evented.
Three writers.
There you go.
Yeah.
Simple.
My other question about NXT at the moment is what happened to Tyler Breeze versus what's his name? Baldy McFrencherson.
Oh, what? That was a thing?
That was apparently going to be a thing.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it disappeared without a trace, and now Tyler is kind of feuding with Hideo Itami.
Yeah, and I don't know. I haven't seen Baldy McFrencherson in a while either. Is he no longer a thing?
I guess not.
Was he bullied too much? Is that?
Apparently. Yeah. So I don't know what happened there, but all of a sudden, not Sylvester LaFour. What the fuck's the other guy's name?
LaFour and I don't know.
Exactly.
My apologies to our French
That's why
listeners.
he's not a thing. Rene Dupree. Anyway. Jean-Pierre Lafitte.
Yes. Jean-Claude Van Damme. I don't know.
He's not French.
Something. He's too tough to be French. Oh! Bada bing, bada boom, bada slam dunk.
Speaking of NXT, Sean says, why no mention last week of NXT Legends The Ascension having their undefeated streak ended by future Hall of Famers, the primetime players? I do believe we briefly mentioned that, but yeah, that was a little disconcerting.
Yeah, that's sad.
That seems to be the end of a thing. Thank you, Troy. Troy, who decided he couldn't join us this week, but has chimed in on the side. Says Baldy
Marcus
McFrinch's
Louis.
fans, of course, Marcus
Didn't we
Louis.
have 2 listeners? That's fantastic.
Troy, I sent you an invite. If you want to join the conversation, just accept the invite and start recording, and we'll fucking set this whole deal up.
Yeah. Don't worry. This will be another 20 minutes, and then we're gonna go back to doing adult things.
After dark.
After dark. Ooh, not quite those adult things.
Yeah. So, NXT.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's continued to be good. It's the women's match was really good. I marked out quite a bit watching it today because I watched it today before we did the podcast, and I was very vocal watching that match, and that's just crazy because I don't do that at wrestling all that often anymore. So, good on NXT, doing what it needs to do. We spent a lot of time talking about NXT, and really that was the big thing was the women's match this week and Enzo's hair. So, what about Raw?
Shall we voicemail? Let's voicemail first.
Oh, let's voicemail. Yeah, let's do a voicemail.
Okay.
Hey. What's up, man?
He's high too.
Hey, guys. This is Dal. And, hold on a minute. Hey, guys. I just wanted to call a rundown, man. I want to tell you guys that my favorite wrestler is Rob Van Dam. I can't wait for Nitro to come on so I can watch Mr. Wednesday Night. And another thing, I had something important to say about wrestling, but I can't remember it. So I'll call you guys back after I go through this drive-thru, man. Okay, guys. Later, man.
So it's a good start to a bit, but it needs a little more. Here's what that bit needs. One, more high, less drunk, less retarded. And two,
Poor Sal.
what how that should have ended was not after I go through this drive-through. Okay, hang up. It should have been after I go through this drive-through. Okay, can I get like 6 cheeseburgers, and, like 4 French fries, man, and then hang up. Anyway, yeah. So Sal is making fun of us, making fun of him for sounding like he was high because he leaves voicemails in such a manner.
Fantastic. So there's no actual RVD anything going on there. I thought maybe I missed a
No,
reference too. So okay,
no.
just making sure. Making sure.
Troy
Got it.
is just interrupting. Doesn't want to be a part of the program.
I don't blame
yeah.
him.
So
I love his logo there, the little Seth
I
Rollins
know,
action
right?
there. That's fantastic.
That's from last week. So let's talk about Raw.
Let's talk about Raw. Very Seth
So
Rollins.
then the host says, "But they whack bushes." I know, right? I know. Oh, sorry. Hey, Rundown Wrestling Podcast. This week, I decided to call up. I wanted to talk to you guys about the entertainment portion of World Wrestling Entertainment. You know, a lot of times the IWC gets criticized because they only want their good wrestlers to succeed and only people who have good in-ring work. But truth be told, even though we criticize Vince for his sports entertainment mantra, how entertaining was Raw last night? It's just on an entertainment level. We had The Miz in his Niagara commercial, which I thought was hilarious. We had Bray Wyatt going all old school, setting the casket on fire, which I thought was amazing. We had Triple H getting all dramatic on us and firing Booker T. I actually thought that was pretty good. And, you know, just from an entertainment perspective, even the segment with Jon Stewart and Seth Rollins, come on. Guys, that was pretty good. That was funny. The whole Daily Show, the Jon Stewart coming out to the Daily Show music. I mean, look, for what it was, Raw was pretty entertaining last night. And, you know, even within the storylines, you have Luke Harper stealing the belt now. And I was really entertained. I thought they wrote a good show last night. So I know that we always get criticized for, you know, being marks and only liking, you know, people like Daniel Bryan to wrestle 60-minute matches. But, I mean, come on. At the end of the day, if it is funny, we'll watch it. And I thought Raw was pretty good last night in the entertainment aspect. So, you guys want to talk about that? Other than that, have a good show.
All right.
So yeah, Raw wasn't bad. I think the Niagara thing was a bit ham-fisted, if you ask me.
Wasn't on Hulu. No idea.
Okay. So, all right. For those of you who have to watch the Hulu version, 2 weeks ago on Raw, or was it last week on Raw? Either way, Damien Mizdow, thanked The Miz for helping him because he landed a commercial. And then last week on SmackDown, we got to see part of that commercial shoot, and The Miz interrupted the commercial shoot because Mizdow wasn't doing it correctly, and filmed the commercial himself, basically. And then on Raw this week, we got to see that commercial, and it was a commercial for Niagara, which I'll give you 3 guesses as to what its product it's parodying, and the first 2 guesses don't count. And so, ha, Miz can't get his dick hard. Ha.
Going a little juvenile. All right.
Yeah. So, yeah. A little bit heavy-handed on these stupid
Right.
there, but, yeah.
But the segments I did see that he mentioned I thought were good.
The only thing, going back to that for 1 second, the only thing that I thought was mildly funny about that bit is in the commercial that you have the announcer, you know, list the side effects, the possible side effects of the the medicine very quickly. And I swear to God, one of these side effects listed was sudden losing streaks. I swear to God he said that. So anyway.
That's awesome. Nice. I mean, aside from that, I mean, I really did enjoy. I enjoy anything with Seth Rollins, and his stuff with Jon Stewart was I thought funny.
Yep. No, I agree with that.
I thought that was well done.
Jon Stewart, I think Jon Stewart held his own very well, which isn't surprising given that he's Jon Stewart.
No.
But, and like we kind of discussed last week, I don't know if it's Jon Stewart who watches wrestling or one of Jon Stewart's staff members who watches wrestling and was then writing this stuff for him.
I think he's a wrestling. I think he might actually be a wrestling fan the way that he talks.
Yeah.
But what I'm confused about from that segment with on the Daily Show segment was you've got Randy Orton coming out and interrupting, and then Jon Stewart kicks him in the balls.
Yeah.
And Randy Orton legitimately looks confused and pissed off, and like turns around and leaves. And I'm like, did Jon Stewart ad lib? Was he not supposed to kick him in the groin? Because like Orton looked legitimately angry that like he came down and he's like, I don't know what I'm doing here, and just kind of turned around and stormed off. As you had like Jon Stewart waving around in his head, and it was hilarious. But
I don't know if it was on the Hulu, but later on, there was a thing backstage between
with Renee,
Randy and Orton. No, not Stewart and Renee, but between Randy and Seth, where Seth was like, dude, you can't put your hands on a 58-year-old thing because he will sue the pants off us. So he was basically coming down to provide a distraction so Jon Stewart did not get killed in the middle of the ring, was basically his story.
Right.
He says, I'm gone like Eric Rowan's push. Sean says, how about that? Looks like a new voicemail just came into the Rundown mailbox. Let's all listen to that for the first time together, shall we? I don't know after what happened last week. I'll give it a shot in a minute. But what I want to talk about from Raw was last week, because I know Andy hasn't listened yet. Last week we just got a voicemail of what was either a toilet flush or a bong hit. I'm not sure which. But that was the voicemail that we got that was the random voicemail that we got from Sean in the middle of the show.
That was Sean. Fantastic.
The thing that I want to talk about that happened on Raw is the interaction between John Cena and Stephanie McMahon.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Because I thought that started terribly because it was John Cena, and then holy shit did it end up well. John Cena comes out and says basically that since Rusev won't accept his challenge for the United States Championship at WrestleMania, what John Cena is going to do is enter himself into the Androphy the Giant Battle Royal, which
like all people do, right? Like he even said, like he's like everyone does that.
Which pissed everybody off because, like he later pointed out, he's a 15-time champion. What the fuck does he need to do in the Androphy Battle Royal? And then Stephanie comes out and goes, "You can't just do that," which is what happens with every fucking battle royal ever. And eventually it came down to the point where she banned him from the Androphy the Giant Battle Royal,
right?
And said that he's basically not going to have a match at WrestleMania unless he can convince Rusev to accept his challenge for the United States Championship. Which means obviously at some point down in the next 3 weeks, Rusev is going to accept his challenge for the United States Championship. But how fucking nice would it be to have a WrestleMania without John Cena?
Yes and no. Yes and no. You know me. I'm not 100% of a hater, but it would be definitely a change. It would definitely be a change. I want to talk about with that segment. What I thought was my favorite part of the whole segment was Curtis Axel coming down.
Oh my God! Yeah, I actually tweeted about that. I said if you follow us on Twitter, I said I swear to God, because I was just about to mention that. I swear to God, if Curtis Axel ends Rusev's streak, I will mark out so goddamn hard.
Oh yeah,
because that would be hysterical and amazing, and show that they actually do intend on doing something with Curtis Axel.
Right, and the fact that he was I just loved him getting in the ring, cutting that promo. I love John Cena's I am legitimately gonna rip your fucking head off reaction. It was all done.
Now.
I know that was so serious. I loved it. I absolutely loved that John Cena moment of you better just leave.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was good TV. Good TV.
Yeah, that was fun. I want this Curtis Axel thing to extend into something where he's not just, hey, a jobber with a gimmick.
Right.
Because we get a lot of shit for the name is kind of terrible. It's not really it's not as terrible as Michael McGillicuddy, but the name is kind of terrible. And they did nothing with him when he was a Paul Heyman guy, which was a damn shame. But I like him. He's a good wrestler. He has charisma. I've been in the Royal Rumble now for 32 days, 28 hours. I like that.
I love that. That's great.
Clever, and I like that he's very good at delivering this character. And I think they need to expand this. And maybe, I don't know, call me crazy, let him win a match.
Right. Give him a little, push,
Yeah. That's hysterical. That's hysterical. I'm a fan. I am a fan of Axelmania at this point.
I am as well. I'm all about Axelmania.
What
Good
else?
times.
Yeah. So Triple H coming out and asking Booker T to talk about Sting, and then firing him, and then not firing him. It was all a rib, you guys. It was just a joke. It was a little weird.
It was a little weird. I'll grant you. It was a little weird for me. That segment. It was. I saw something on WWE.com a little earlier. I didn't read the article, but I saw the headline. Something about Triple H promises more firings.
Oh, great.
So, I don't know if this is going to be a gimmick. He's just going to start firing people who were involved in WCW and then, rehiring them. I think maybe doing it once is good, but doing it more than once is maybe overdoing it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I agree with that. I think once was enough on that.
Right.
AJ Lee reappears. AJ Lee comes back.
Yeah.
And the crowd immediately...
To a raucous CM Punk chant.
Exactly. The crowd immediately starts chanting CM Punk because they're fucking idiots.
Yep, that's very true. That pisses me off. But then again, we've already talked about that, and usually the fans are just stupid anyway. So we'll go with that.
And then Jon Stewart, and then your main event of Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns,
which was good.
That started at the end of the show.
Yeah, I mean what we got was good.
It was okay.
We got a lot of
I wasn't paying. I will admit I wasn't paying 100% attention because my brain was trying to bore its way out of my head through my forehead. So there was an issue there, but it was. But yeah, I do agree with Sal that it was a good episode of Raw. That was a very enjoyable, very watchable episode of Raw.
Yeah, definitely.
Jon Stewart can come back anytime he damn well pleases because that was fun.
Absolutely.
And fucking Axelmania, man.
Axelmania's running wild.
Oh, by the way, joke I wanted to make last week, forgot to make last week, and I regret that I did not get to make this. That I forgot to make this joke last week. Can we give it up for the first time Alex Riley has gotten over ever?
Oh yeah, on NXT.
It may have been a table, but he still got over. He got over.
I think he was pretty over on NXT. The thing between him and Kevin Owens is interesting.
Yeah, I am a fan. I am a fan of this whole rebirth of Alex Riley thing because I do think he got shafted in his first time out. He was him as the Mrs. Protege was fantastic. I love that gimmick. I thought that worked really well. They split him off and made him the happy guy. Come on, let's go. And it's not Alex Riley. So if he can be a face. That's not a problem. He can be a face, but he doesn't. He needs to be a serious face.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
by the way, going back to this, and we'll talk about 2K15 in a second because we need to fill time. But in the hustle, loyalty, disrespect story in 2K Showcase, the first part is. The first match is CM Punk versus John Cena at Money in the Bank 2011 when CM Punk wins the title and leaves the WWE. So then you get a video basically recapping. Oh, they had a tournament on Raw to crown the new champion after Punk left, and one of the participants in the tournament was Alex Riley. I had forgotten about that.
I did not know that.
I'm sure he got eliminated in the first round, but one of the participants in that tourney was Alex Riley. And so I like this whole rebirth of Alex Riley thing. I think it'll work very well. Kevin Owens can, I guarantee, put together some fantastic matches. And if it gets him back to the main roster, more power to him, man. Give him a U.S. title run. Give him an Intercontinental title run. Let him
I imagine you guys last week, because I didn't listen to last week, so you can just tell me you did, and then we'll move on. You guys talked about the strange re-debuts of people like the Brian Kendrick and Rhino. Have you talked that?
We mentioned it briefly. I mean, yeah, I'm glad to see them back. I love to see the Brian Kendrick back. I was always a fan of the Brian Kendrick.
What do you make of the decision to bring some of these former Attitude or mid 2000s wrestlers back in and put them on NXT instead of putting them on the main roster? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, the reason for it is fairly obvious to me. It's you bring in guys. These are guys who have been on the main roster. These are guys who have been on the big show, coming back to NXT to put over NXT guys and having these guys obviously. If Rhino had come back and won, that would have been the most pointless thing ever.
Well, he did, didn't he?
No,
He Rhino won in his first match when he came back. He beat C.J. Parker.
oh well, that's just C.J. Parker. Nobody gives a shit.
okay.
Um, but so when Rhino faces actual competition in NXT, or having Brian Kendrick go up against Finn Balor, and if Brian Kendrick had won that match, that would have been the worst fucking thing ever, because that guy, that's your NXT contender. That's your number one contender to the NXT championship.
Absolutely.
So that's what these guys are here for. These guys are literally NXT enhancement talent.
Right.
And I'm okay with it. I like the nostalgia of it. I like seeing these guys back after being gone for a while. And I like the idea of them being used to say, hey, these NXT guys, these up and comers, these are guys who can beat these old guys who've been on the main roster before.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think I love the nostalgia factor. Speaking of nostalgia, did you guys talk about, I don't know when this was released, but the newest person in the Hall of Fame, Miss Alundra Blaze. Did you guys talk about that last week?
No, because that was announced on Raw this week, wasn't it?
Okay, so I don't know, I can't remember, but I saw it on the internet, on the interwebs. What are your thoughts about putting in Alundra Blaze, even though she is notorious for that moment of trashing the women's championship title? Is she deserving still of going in when she, did something really kind of awful?
I would say so. Oh no, Sean, it's not letting me play your voicemail. Oh no.
What are we gonna do? I get to go make Shamrock Shakes.
I'm okay with it. I mean, she kind of revolutionized the women's division when she came in. She kind of brought it into the whole new generation as they were bringing it in. Yeah, she went to WCW and dumped the title in the trash, and yeah, it made the women's division go away for like 10 years.
Right.
But over the past few years, we've seen this kind of culture of forgiveness in terms of the Hall of Fame.
Right.
We had Bruno Sammartino 2 years ago. We had the Warrior last year. We got Alundra Blaze this year. So I think it's fine. Sean's comment to me was, why is she going in as Alundra and not Medusa? And I'm like, because fuck you, in WWE she was Alundra, which is a stupid name, by the way. But anyway.
It is. Well, the fact that, when you think about her career as Alundra Blaze, though, while I agree with you, the fact that, yeah, she did revitalize the women's division after such a long span of time without really having a women's division, really, what did she do? I mean, she fought Bull Nakano. She fought Bertha Faye. She may have had a feud with, Luna Vachon that might have actually been legitimate. But, those other feuds were not, in my opinion, no offense to those other women wrestlers, were not that legitimate.
I don't know. Her thing with Bull Nakano was always kind of a big thing. Bertha Faye was kind of a train wreck, but.
And I can't think of who else besides those three potentially that she even had wrestling matches with.
Did she have a thing with Luna, or is that just me?
That's why I said I think she had something with Luna Vachon possibly too.
Sean says it's going to be awesome when she throws her Hall of Fame ring in the trash during the ceremony. Speaking of Sean, you ready for some mystery meat?
Oh, what? Oh no.
This is Bill DeMott. I just called in saying I'm innocent of all these accusations, and if you disagree, I'll shoot you in the head and fuck the brain hole. Bill DeMott out.
It's our friend NXT trainer Bill DeMott.
Yeah.
Who's had a whole shitload of allegations lobbed at him this week.
Right, by wannabe wrestlers, it sounds like.
By former NXT trainees who say he enjoys throwing around the word faggot, and threatened a bunch of people. Something about not Derek Bateman, maybe Briley Pierce, which is still a terrible name. Had a broken leg, had a walking cast, and DeMott kicked him in the cast. There was accusations that he had a gun in his desk.
Oh,
the
guy looks like the type. I'm saying, come on now.
Yeah. It's not something I want to spend a lot of time on, because obviously this is all
conjecture,
speculation at this point.
Yeah.
And so but this is the second time that stuff like this has come up. There was another issue a couple of years ago where there was a lot of accusations, and that's when they put cameras in the training facilities to kind of keep an eye on this kind of stuff. But the biggest thing is that none of the named parties in any of these are coming out and saying, "Oh, that didn't actually happen, you guys. That's no, that didn't happen." There's
Right.
nobody standing like Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho kind of stood up for him in a tweet that he later deleted.
Oh, really?
Saying, I went through a lot worse at the Heart Dungeon. If you can't handle it, then you shouldn't be in the business or something. Not saying he didn't do it, saying that when he was in Calgary, Stu did a shit that was a whole lot worse.
That's interesting. Oh, that's funny.
So nobody who's come out to stand up for Bill DeMott has actually said that Bill DeMott has not done these things.
Right.
They're just saying, all they've said is, that's how you pay your dues. That's what you do in this business. So I mean, is it overkill? I mean, it might be. I mean, exacerbating injuries is not something that you want to do. But
Right.
But like I said, I don't want to talk too much about it because it's not anything that I have any expertise or knowledge about.
Right.
So I don't want to.
Well, I know something you do have expertise on.
Uh-oh.
You have expertise on spending a lot of money on abusive relationships, and by that I mean not with your wife and child, I mean with WWE video games.
I did. On Monday, I picked up a copy of 2K15 for the PS4.
Because if you remember, folks, this is the same gentleman who released a mini-sode complaining about all the things that were wrong and how since I'll never own a next-gen system, I will not pick this up, nor, even if I do get one, I may not get it anyway.
That's not what I said.
I'm conjecturing.
You're putting words in my mouth.
I'm basically saying what you should have said.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah?
The game on PS4, on the new gen, the actual version of the game, is gorgeous.
Well, of course it is. All your pixels and polygons and frame rates and high definition cartridges and rumble packs and things like that.
High definition cartridges is a front runner for title. The game itself is gorgeous. The chain grapple system, the new grapple system that they put in is actually is an interesting little mini game that sometimes pops up at the start of matches. This version of the game, something that I can't say for the 360 version of the game. This version of the game I actually want to play.
No, that's good.
I find myself sitting at work going, I wish I was at home playing the game on my PS4 because the My Career mode is actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
The Creation Suite is really downgraded from previous years. But I just created a random guy anyway. So his
But
name
like
is,
that's all I ever do when I play
those
those
Captain
games.
Disaster Buster Lee.
Oh my god.
Because those are the random names that I picked from the list of names that the announcers can say.
Yeah.
So his name is Captain Disaster, Buster Lee. And it's just fun. I'm still at the Performance Center. I haven't been promoted to NXT yet, so I'm still proving myself.
Do you like play mini games where you like lift weights and dodge gunfire from Bill DeMott?
I was just gonna say it's mostly one-on-one matches, but there is a mini game where you go into Bill DeMott's office and you have to dodge gunfire and make sure he doesn't kick your injured leg.
That's fantastic. While he's screaming faggot at you, it's fantastic.
Sean on the side says, "I'm sorry, but if your name is Alundra Blaze, you shouldn't be going into a wrestling Hall of Fame. You should be starring in adult movies like The Humper Games."
Oh my god. Thank you for that.
Catching Fire Crotch.
Oh.
But yeah, 2K15, the actual version of 2K15 for the current generation system is a lot of fun. I picked it up on Monday. I do have to bust their chops again though, because the second DLC pack for Showcase mode, the Hall of Pain, that you're supposed to pay $10 for if you don't buy the season pass, is another 9 matches. So.
Ooh, son bitch. Gauntlet thrown.
It's another 9 matches, and it's the same time period as the Christian and Randy Orton one and the beginning of the CM Punk John Cena one, because it starts at Money in the Bank 2011. So it's like they just wanted to put this shit together and not actually design more arenas or anything like that.
Well, yeah. I mean, why would you want to, do that? Why would you want to actually make a good game when you could just slap shit together that people will buy not one, but 2 copies of?
I bought that used. It doesn't count.
Sure it does.
But that's the other thing. God damn it. The game itself, like you can tell, just having played both. It shines even brighter that the last gen version of the game was not the actual game, because the menus are completely different.
Oh man,
the character select screen looks like the visual of all the menu system and everything is just the way you select matches is just completely different.
That's interesting.
So anyway.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
I don't think so. I think we're done. I think we're
there is.
good.
We have one more thing to talk about.
Okay, one more thing.
And that's the Rundown Showdown.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
And this is actually.
We'll never get laid to rest.
No, one other thing from SmackDown. Did you watch SmackDown?
I did not watch SmackDown.
Why would you? But R-Truth is apparently crazy R-Truth again.
Okay, just for no reason.
On SmackDown, he was on commentary and was consistently mistaking Byron Saxton for Jonathan Coachman, which I'm wondering if it doesn't count as racist because they're both black.
Probably not.
And then he stole the Intercontinental title, and then met up with Dean backstage, and Dean is like, "I'm gonna get that back," and R-Truth was like, "Okay, here you go," and gave it to him, and then was like, "Wow, 2 title changes in one night." So R-Truth is back to being crazy R-Truth, which could be interesting if it means he stops fucking rapping.
That's true. I like Crazy R-Truth. I think Crazy R-Truth is fantastic.
And so yeah, the Rundown Showdown. Here's the thing. I realized as I was getting the results for the Rundown Showdown this week that I didn't put in the question why. I didn't put in the text box, and nobody.
Well, I'll make this really quick.
And nobody bothered to tell me that I didn't put in the text box, because apparently nobody likes answering that question. But fuck you guys, it's staying in there. So last
by a margin.
We've had so this was the battle between Hornswoggle going all Looney Tunes and drawing.
I love that moment. I was going to vote and say that was a good moment and not vote that in. I love that.
Drawing a tunnel on the wall and running away from Carlito, and then Carlito running into the wall like the Roadrunner and a Wile E. Coyote.
That's fucking comedy.
Versus Jerry Lawler fighting The Miz for the WWE Championship at 60 years of age.
It wasn't that bad.
And almost winning, only losing thanks to interference from Michael Cole, and by a margin of 40 points. Moving on to the second round, Hornswoggle's Tunnel moves on to the second round.
This is gonna be an all Hornswoggle.
Yes, because Hornswoggle is terrible.
And then we're gonna record those segments for Vince McMahon and send it out. Is he even a thing anymore? Does he do anything anymore?
Vince?
No.
Hornswoggle he dressed up like a dinosaur or a gator for Slater Gator when they were feuding with Los Matadores and El Torito.
So Slater Gator can't be a thing anymore because primetime players are back now.
Because midgets in animal costumes are fucking funny.
Well, they always have been.
Next week for the showdown.
Yes.
From Raw 1000.
Ooh.
The AJ Daniel Bryan wedding,
yes.
Which ended with AJ saying she couldn't marry Daniel Bryan because Vince McMahon had inexplicably named her the new Raw general manager. Because that's a thing that had to happen. Versus, speaking of general managers, the feud between Edge and the anonymous Raw general manager, which involved an event when not only did Edge have the laptop as a guest on the Cutting Edge, also involved a segment where he beat the shit out of a laptop.
I thought that was awesome. Every time I watch that, I can't stop laughing.
So
no, isn't it talk to him? No, Edge, no. And I'm just like, oh, that's great. I love that.
So that's Mike Deal, welcome Mike, says we can't insult Hornswoggle this close to St. Patrick's Day. We should apologize.
I apologize. I will have a Shamrock Shake in honor of you, Hornswoggle.
It's not a Shamrock Shake though, because you're making it yourself.
I am. That means I'm not going to die after I eat it.
It is a sham rock shake.
Yeah, it is, and it's going to be like 300 less calories and no fat. It's going to be amazing.
And Sean wants to know if Crazy Art Truth means we get the return of Pretty Ricky. I forgot about Pretty Ricky. But, okay, go to the Facebook page, vote on on AJ Bryan wedding or Edge versus the laptop. And I will remember to include the question why, so you can leave your text answers.
Absolutely.
Not answer the question like some of you do.
All right.
So there's that.
Final thoughts before we go. I got a final thought.
Say anything else to add?
Got one last thing to add. Just popped into my head.
Yeah.
The segment with Paul Heyman and the mic going off and off and off and off. Shoot or Vince in the back with a button because of his alleged shouting match with Brock Lesnar.
No, I think that was legit technical difficulties. Him selling it though was genius because that's what he does.
Oh yeah.
His
comment to Lillian.
Yeah, I was just gonna say him yelling at Lillian. It's about time you did something right. Oh, fantastic.
That was fantastic. I love that man. He cut again a beautiful promo that while I know doesn't matter because Brock Lesnar is going to go on to wherever the hell Brock Lesnar is going to go.
I don't know. There's still rumors that he's going to resign.
Yeah, right. Of course. I'll tell you the exact same thing Bill and I were talking about. Of course, he's possibly going to resign. They don't want to give away the main event of WrestleMania or have another Lesnar versus Goldberg sort of situation in your main event of WrestleMania, not 31.
Right. Yeah. Sean says, what? The AJ Daniel Bryan wedding was great. It had Slick, for Christ's sake. Yeah, that was another part of it that was... Anyway. And then the crowd marked out hard when Vince made AJ the GM. This list is horse shit.
Yeah, I agree half of that. I'm not going to tell you which half.
Slick. But yeah, no, Paul Heyman reacting to the microphone constantly going out was fantastic.
That was great.
Because he's amazing. I will say it time and time again. Paul Heyman is amazing.
Yeah.
The man can sell a match just by using it without talking. Just the look on his face. Can sell. And so him standing in the middle of the ring with just that bemused, pissed off look on his face, just
yeah,
was the greatest. It was just the best.
Oh,
so, yeah. God bless you, Paul Heyman.
God bless Paul Heyman, everyone.
And on that note, that does it for the rundown for this Thursday, March the 5th, 2015. I didn't change the date, so God knows if I changed the count, but we'll say 201 days since Brock Lesnar won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
201 days too many.
Atlantic Pro Wrestling returns this Saturday, March the 7th, to the Newbury Fire Hall at Newbury, Massachusetts. Go to AtlanticProWrestling.com or look up the event on Facebook. Liberty States returns next Saturday, March 14th.
Next Saturday.
LibertyStatesWrestling.com or go on to Facebook. Then APW the Saturday after with Wrestling for Reading 2 at the Whittier Middle School, I think it's called, in Haverhill. I'll have to look that up for next week. And then Lucky Pro Wrestling Homecoming at the Elks Lodge in Clinton, Mass. That's a good Elks Lodge. Saturday, March 28th. I am booked every weekend.
So is that event, if you bring your date, you guys get in for like $2 less, and you have to like wear a froofy dress, and is it casual? Is it?
I thought you were making a Bill Clinton joke at first, and then I realized you were making a homecoming joke.
A homecoming joke.
If you bring cigars, you get it half price. Go to LuckyProWrestling.com or the Facebook for that. I realized last week I am booked every weekend this month.
You're a busy man. You've got things to do. People to see.
Follow us on Twitter at Rundown Podcast. I live tweet Raw. I try to live tweet NXT. Sometimes I even watch Impact.
I haven't done that since the debut episode.
I haven't done it in at least 3 weeks. The last episode I watched still had Samoa Joe on it. So send your feedback, send your
Oh,
catchphrase
yeah.
suggestions for Troy, send your fake sponsors, or send me $50 and we'll promote your shit to rundownwrestling@gmail.com.
You mean the same Samoa Joe who may be making his way to NXT soon?
This very same. Yeah, send me $50. I'll say whatever the fuck you want. Who cares?
Send me $50 and I'll flash the camera.
Because I'm a whore for your money.
I'll give you a little nipple.
If you send me 75, I'll say it in a funny voice. Leave us a voicemail at 206-202-6478, 206-202-6478, 206-20.
Angst.
Sean says, on May 29th, Scott County Wrestling presents Veterinarians Day. But May 29th would be Memorial Day. Veterans Day is not till November. Veterinarians Day. The first 20 fans who bring a cat get free vaccinations. For the cat or for the fans?
I'm so confused.
I just love how Sean makes fun of your old company.
It's all right.
Facebook.com/rundownwrestling, rundown.podomatic.com to make donations, youtube.com/rundownpodcast to watch old episodes, google.com/+AdamRundown host to circle me, tinyurl.com/distant horizons,
Oh, shit.
shadowvein.net for some other podcast.
Hey, the other podcast, new episode comes out 15th.
I saw the new logo, by the way.
Yeah.
The red, was it a red, kind of a red, like stormy
Yeah.
looking back? I like that. I like that very
Yeah.
much.
Good artist. Good artist.
Man,
Oh,
what's he ever done?
I know.
Search for us on iTunes under the Rundown Wrestling Podcast. If you subscribe, you get the podcast delivered to you absolutely free each and every week for $0.00. Tell your parents how to subscribe to us on iTunes. We are also available on Stitcher, also free.
Bitch your mother.
If you cannot afford a monetary donation, leave a 5-star review because that helps other people find us. If you leave a text review, we will read your name and your review on a future episode of the show. Thanks, Tegan Brown, for the logo. Thanks to all 6 of you for listening. Thanks.
Oh.
I didn't even get a laugh on that.
I was more depressed.
It's not funny because it's true.
Yeah.
Thanks to Sean and to Mike Deal for leaving comments on the side. Thanks to Sal and Bill DeMott for leaving voicemails.
Don't forget Troy.
And Troy, but that barely.
Oh.
Well, I'm just here to interrupt. I'm going now. Whoop. Thanks, Troy. Thank you, Andrew.
Oh, you're welcome. I am so happy
We'll
that
see.
I get a Shamrock Shake in like 10 minutes.
We'll see. We'll see you again in 6 weeks.
Probably. We'll see. We'll see.
Thanks to I Fight Dragons at ifightdragons.com for the theme song. Next week.
Ah!
Hey, maybe next week there'll be news.
Hey.
See what happens.
Well,
Troy's probably back next week, so we can make fun of him for that.
You know, we need to start making up news again because we might get a rundown exclusive out of it. Who knows?
We still got 3 more episodes until WrestleMania predictions, so we got some time to kill, man.
I know.
We got lots of shit.
A lot of filler, like the Raws leading up to WrestleMania.
Ooh.
We went a whole episode without making a Seth Rollins penis joke on air.
Until just now.
It wasn't really a joke. I mean, the penis was a joke, but
There it is!
yeah, I snuck one in.
Mike says if it's not 800 calories, it's not a Shamrock Shake.
It's true.
That's what we were talking about before. It is a sham.
This
Rock
thing's
shake.
gonna be like 150, and it's gonna be amazing. Hopefully, we'll find out.
Yeah, right. You make sure you tell me how bad that is once you actually.
I'll be
taste
like,
it.
"Ugh."
And as always,
Yes!
Jacob, good night and good luck.
Oh
Your turn.
yeah. And fun. Dong. Go to shadowvein.net for an amazing podcast.
And tune in next Thursday or Friday if you're on iTunes, probably, for another phantasmagorical episode
Oh my.
of the Rundown Wrestling Podcast.
Ooh, after dark.
Good night, everybody.
Beard out. All right, let's see how long it freezes. Oh, it didn't freeze this time when I hit stop.
Not even an hour. Well done.
Probably because it's like,
Ooh,
that's not any time at all.
Troy pulled a Brock Lesnar this week.
Eh,
No,
ah.
he didn't because he told me last week that he wasn't going to be here. He didn't just walk out in the middle of the show. So Josh pulled a Brock Lesnar this week.
Uh-oh, Audacity has stopped working. I'm not going to touch it. But it's a different has stopped working one. It was like...
Am I gonna have to get the audio? Am I gonna have to get the audio off of YouTube?
I've never seen that before. The only option is close program.
Well, you let me know if I need to get the audio off of YouTube.
Oh, fuck. I didn't do anything!
You didn't even have a lower.
Wait! Crash
You didn't even
recovery.
You didn't even have a lower third this week.
Ha! Recover! I'm recovered. Somehow, Audacity actually saved it this time.
Fantastic.
I'm good.
But
I'm good, folks.
You still didn't have a lower third this week.
Oh, I totally forgot. Sorry. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear you in the background. Shoot, I gotta clean up the audio a little bit so we don't hear you as much. Oh, I heard you in the background. Usually it doesn't do that. Noise removal. Okay. Cleaning up noise.
I should probably do that, but I don't because it takes longer.
And you want to make sure this podcast is as low quality as possible. And why start adding quality now? That seems like a lot of work. That's like the last episode, the one that you were, the one I wouldn't allow you to be on. Like Josh's audio got all fucked up, and it took like 2 hours to get everything lined up because his audio was all jacked up, and it pissed me off. It would have pissed you off, and you probably just would have left it all jacked up, and Josh would have been talking over us, and you not noticed.
No, I wouldn't have done that.
It was so annoying. I had to re-listen to like everything. Push it.
Sean says, Mike Deal and I are going to record the post-rundown show. And Mike says, let's restart the show. I got 2.5 hours till work.
Do it. That'd be great. Like that would be kind of a cool thing. Like we have enough fandom that we have like a fan show of our show where they like debate our topics.
We do the podcast, and then 2 other people do the podcast post-show.
Mm-hmm. They need a table. They need to sit together and, you know.
I don't know. Mike Deal says he's not wearing pants, so I don't know how well that'll go over.
Pants are always optional. I mean, I didn't put them on when I went to the store to get that ice cream, and then I got back okay, so. All right, 20 seconds!
It's fucking tied at 3 with 5 minutes left in the third period.
Who's playing soccer?
It's not soccer. Go fuck yourself. I think I would watch soccer.
I don't know. Okay, fine. Is it billiards?
It's.
I don't know.
That doesn't even make sense.
What?
It's hockey. Thank you very much.
Oh, Canadian football.
Canadian soccer.
Oh, okay.
Puck sports. Sports puck. It's
okay,
sports. It's sports puck is what it is.
Sports puck. That is for the wrong podcast. I need to put that in the rundown folder.
Oh, I should get.
What is it? 189?
Yep.
9?
Yeah.
Okay. It is exporting file. 3 minutes. Do you want me to get on the skippies to send it?
Noise removal. Is that what you use? Noise removal?
Yeah. Basically, what I do is I find a bit of text or a bit of the sound where I'm not talking, and I highlight it, and then I go up to noise removal. I click on get profile, and then it analyzes it. And then I click and highlight the entirety of the entire thing, and then click on noise removal again and click OK, and that gets rid of. It helps to get rid of some of that ambient background kind of sounds.
Ambient.
Shut up, Stevia. What are you doing there, buddy? Signing into Skippy? It said I've had like 2 minutes and 50 seconds left for like a minute now.
Troy sent me.
Troy? He sent his own audio.
I said that, and I clicked get noise profile, and now it's not doing anything.
so like you get noise profile, and then after that you got to highlight the entire thing.
Oh, I have to select that one.
Then you got to go back
Why
and select the
can't
whole
it
thing,
just?
and go back
Why
into the
can't it
menu.
just do it? That's annoying.
No. And you gotta select the entire file. So click on the audio until it highlights it all, and then go back to it, and then click OK. And then it'll clean up the audio. And it'll probably take like a few minutes to clean it up.
1.5 minutes.
So who's playing that game of whiz ball or whatever?
It's the Flames versus the Bruins.
What cities are them?
Calgary and Boston.
Oh, which one's Boston?
The Bruins.
Oh, are they good?
The Boston Bruins. Not this year.
I know that Chicago was good a couple years ago. I don't know if they still are. I feel like that sport plays all the time. Like every time anyone talks about hockey, like I don't care what time of year it is, hockey is always on. They don't have an off season.
No, it's not.
It is. I swear to God. Whenever I turn around, it's like, oh, hockey's on. It's August. Oh, hockey's on. It's October. Hockey's on. It's Christmas. Why is hockey always on? I don't understand this.
You realize you're saying it's on all the time, and you just named 3 things that happen in very close succession.
I was
August, October.
You would then fill in the rest of the months.
October, Christmas.
It is now also.
Oh God!
Right now you're watching hockey in March. So point taken, sir. Good day. I said
August, October, Christmas. August, October, Christmas. Oh God! Hockey lasts 4 months.
It's March now.
It is a winter sport. It is a winter sport.
But it's all indoors. Why the fuck does it matter? It's indoors.
It is a late fall. It is a late fall winter sport because that is when the season is.
But it's indoors. It's not like they're playing out in Russia.
They do outdoor games though. I said dude.
Where? When have I ever? I have never seen a hockey game on TV that was outdoors. You were full of shit.
Once a year, they've done it in Fenway a couple times.
Really? Oh, February. Okay, so that's another month that's outside of when I've seen it on TV, by the way.
I didn't say February, did I?
I think you did.
I said Fenway.
Oh, Fenway.
They do it. It's called the Winter Classic.
Oh, winter. What month is it? February?
I don't remember exactly.
Oh, okay.
It's called it's called the Winter Classic, and they do outdoor games in baseball stadiums.
Oh, that's awesome.
On that note, Sean says Raccoon Reigns needs to buy a new microphone for the next time he's on the show. Where can he get a good mic deal?
That's beautiful.
Mike Deal says people who listen to the podcast miss all this amazing back and forth. I feel bad for them. Yeah, the post show is amazing.
I think that's got to be dripping with sarcasm right there.
He said, "Wow, I leave for 3 months and you still use that dumbass joke." Sean is famous for his dumbass jokes. Touche. But seriously, Raccoon Reigns needs to buy a microphone.
Can you give him do you have a headset that size? Do you think they make them?
Oh, that'd be
like
adorable.
size?
That'd be
adorable.
adorable.
I'm sending you a file, Dick.
Fuck you, asshole.
I work at BJ's. Ooh, my.
We have everything there. I'll find him a deal, but not a mic deal. Punning yourself. I don't know. I was trying to get a headset mic but it was like $80.
I don't know why this person. I know I might. I'm not sure what BJ's is. That sounds provocative.
You don't know BJ's Wholesale Club?
No, we don't have one of those.
You have Costco?
No, we don't have Costco either.
You have Sam's Club?
We have Sam's Club.
It's that.
Okay.
Not affiliated with Walmart.
Because
fuck Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Yeah. You know what's in there? You know what's in there, Andy?
Something that should be burnt. Hey, question for you. How far along are you?
Something that should be burnt. You're an ass.
Hey, how far are you in We're Alive?
About 3 months now. Oh, that's not what you were asking. I'm sorry.
No, I've known that for a while.
How far along?
How far are you in We're Alive?
We are alive. Yeah.
What's the last thing you remember?
Let's go to my podcast here.
How long has it been since you've listened to it?
I'm going chronological order. So I'm
You are
currently.
the stupidest. Wait, you listen to podcasts so stupidly. Like,
I listen to them in chronological order.
yes, like, oh, I'm gonna listen to topical current podcasts from like 2010 when they're talking about Avatar being the best picture because that's
Can I
thrilling.
say? Can I say I'm glad that we're still broadcasting at this point because it's just fun to me.
We are. Shit, I didn't realize we are.
But I'm currently listening to an episode of the Savage Love Cast from May 25th of 2010.
Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ, you're gonna die before you get to the end of We're Alive. What? Okay, so where are you at in We're Alive?
What the hell is my next episode of We're Alive? It's must be on here somewhere.
How do you possibly have those all organized by date and not just by
Because
the
it
category?
automatically does it in my on my podcast app. Hang on, I gotta go into this one. Yeah. There it is.
You know what we should do? We should like.
I have just
Anyway,
finished
sorry, go ahead.
I just finished season 1.
What? Oh my God! I am just now on the very last episode of the entire series. I started listening on my way to get ice cream stuff, and I almost wanted to sit in my car just listening to that instead of coming in podcasting because, oh my God, it's insane right now.
Yeah.
So crazy! You need to, oh my God, you need to just, okay, stop this chronological order shit for this podcast and listen to it because it is so good. So good.
I know how
So
good it is.
good!
I'm the
You
one who
told
told
me
you
to
to
listen to it. You're like, hey, you should listen to this podcast. I'm like, great. And I'm almost done with it, and you're only through season 1. Sean.
Adam's gonna be really stoked when he finally gets the podcast that reference Bin Laden's death. I'm listening to podcasts right now that are from before we started doing this show.
You were fired.
Anyway.
Soupcast?
Nope.
Shamrock
Good-
Shakecast?
Good night, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube. Love you.